to me here because this, even though you have a 4.0 GPA, or maybe you have a 4.0 GPA because you were adopted into a white family. And now it's not because you're brilliant, it's because you had this. It's not because you're black and brilliant, it's never because you are black and brilliant. It's always because of everything else. It's never just because a black person can make it. And we're tired of hearing that because black is fucking excellent. And we have to climb the protocol. So if you ever see a black person
this is
at
what
the
community
top,
looks
if you
like.
ever see that, know that they worked their ass off to get there. Or their family members or their ancestors lost their limbs, their eyes, their dignity to get there, period. So I know we often talk about token black people and to not be like, oh, you know, but it's also we need to respect because they work their ass off because at the end of the day they are still black. And even if you have resources, no matter what, you are still most likely followed around the store. You still match a description. So you can still get taken down at any moment.
Get a reaction out of people.
Any moment.
Don't give it to
being black, being brown, being Latina, being indigenous is a protest just standing, breathing. A protest being alive in a bed. If all you did was wake up today and you're black, that's a fucking protest. If all you did was breathe today and you're black, indigenous, Latinx, that's a fucking protest. Because they are trying to take our lives from every angle possible. And they are trying to weigh us down and create the barriers that we're creating for these people every day. So, and hear this, they don't have to take your body to take your life. If they have you in the prison system, or even if they have you working 40 to 80 hours a week, they have your life. You are not living your life. You are living a
oh my gosh, look, umbrella. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to flip the camera.
For the wealthy elite. Jeff Bezos could never. He could.
You're a lot taller than me. You might want to.
For 12 hours for the rest of his life, he still would not earn his net worth. There is nothing any singular person could ever do to earn that much money.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean for you to hold it. I just wanted it.
No, now I'm dry, girl.
On you.
No,
and then I was like, wait, it's too long for my arm. Look at everybody got umbrellas. This is what community looks like. Is that an extra one?
Yeah, I got an extra one.
I'll take an extra one because I gave my. Oh, I love you. Are you gonna have one too?
Musician.
Oh my God, I love you. You see that?
Booty cheeks a little bit, into the front, booty cheeks to the front.
What is it?
SpongeBob and squeeze it in like square.
Oh yeah.
Alright, now I actually take my
Oh. Black Lives Matter, rain or shine, y'all. Don't play. Don't play.
rain or shine.
Rain or shine.
In school, I'm going to just circle back around to even if these universities have programs that reach out.
Okay, bye, Sherry. Have a good night. I mean, good night. Have a good day. Have a good life. I don't know. Bye. Bye, Sherry. Black Lives Matter, rain or shine. Sorry, honey. Can I get through? I'm sorry. Oh,
The subject matter. Their parents are working 2-3 jobs, or they're incarcerated, or they're doing their behind the scenes things because they can't get jobs, because they've been incarcerated. These kids don't have those resources. We need to come together and offer these kids an actual pathway all the way to success. Not just talking about, oh, well, we need more people of color in these positions, and then refusing to acknowledge that it's impossible for them to get to those positions. And using affirmative action as evidence
I got one.
that there is no issue. It's ridiculous. Period. Don't eat cops, don't eat blacks. That's the whack-ass police. That's the whack-ass police. Gotta march for these rights. That's the whack-ass police. Abolition is the choice. second.
Holy shit.
All of these corporations that are funding the police and funding and ruling this racist system should be fucking
Black Lives Matter, rain or shine.
Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives
Black Lives Matter!
Rain or shine.
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 Indigenous lives matter! Indigenous lives matter!
Rain or shine.
Indigenous lives matter!
Rain or shine. Rain or shine.
Phoenix lives matter!
Rain or shine.
Phoenix lives matter!
Rain or shine.
Phoenix lives matter!
Rain or shine. 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 Yes, yes. Ice. Ice. What did I say? Ice. Oh, thank you, Heather. Free them all. Free them all. Kids in cages. Ice. Ice. You jail. You jail. Kids in cages. Kids in cages. Free them all. Free them all. Black lives they matter here. Black lives they matter here. Indigenous lives they matter here. Indigenous lives they matter here. Breonna Taylor matters here. Breonna Taylor matters here. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Every day. Every day. Rain or shine. Rain or shine. Rain or shine.
Situation here.
We're going around the block because that machinery is just going to drown us out.
Okay, got it.
But yeah, we're still
If
going
they
to
were
talk.
trying to move, I want to block it.
Yeah.
So does anybody know what this building is, or does everybody know what this building is? What did you say? Somebody said it.
Is
Yeah.
this where they murdered?
Juan says it's the Washington State Convention Center expansion project. Juan is right. What did you also say this is most expensive?
It was started to build. This project was started to build in approximately September 2019, 8 months after Jenny Durkins was voted into the mayor of Seattle. So this is one of the projects where she's trying to show off that she's like, it's her way to.
Can we move everyone to right here so our car can move? Archer,
Sorry,
over
honey.
here for a second.
That's
Right here.
cement that's trying to come here, so I'd rather knock it off this block
Okay.
and block her cement in there. Perfect. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if I brought my other umbrella
So,
in my backpack. Do you want
Kind of here to disrupt some of this construction because
Are you
this
sure?
is one of their most expensive. What?
I want you to have one if I have one. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Hold on.
I got you.
Thank you. I don't know if I did. I think I didn't, but it's worth checking. I don't know why I wouldn't fucking put it in my car. No, I forgot it in my car. Fuck, I'm sorry.
Washington State Convention Center expansion.
The weather this morning and I left, and I saw nothing but like
the Washington State Convention Center
Turns out I was looking
expansion.
at weather for like San Jose. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I love you so much. Thank you so much. I'm
To
sorry.
spend $1.8
I wish I had a bigger
billion
one.
on this project. Who would have voted yes on that
Danny, I
project?
think we won't do that. We're gonna stay on the street.
$1.8 billion because it's going to bring $260 million a year annually for business contracts of rich hoity-toity people coming to their rich hoity-toity business conferences. That's literally what goes on at the convention center.
Yes.
Who's been to a convention at the convention center? The home show, maybe? The flower show, maybe?
Yeah.
But other than that, whose companies has had a convention at the convention center? I don't think mine hasn't. Because it costs a shit ton of money to book a convention there. It's for, guess who's having a convention there coming up? The International Police Chiefs Association. Guess who had a convention there before? The Women in Law Enforcement. Guess who
Shocker.
hasn't had a ton of conventions at the convention center that's already built? Black and indigenous people. There has not been many conventions focusing on indigenous and black culture, indigenous and black businesses, indigenous and black women. There has been the annual conference for women's breast cancer comes there every year, which does predominantly affect black and brown women.
I have to leave by 11:30, so I
But
have to get a
that
ride soon
number is
anyway.
going up every single year. So what are these foundations doing for our black and brown women? And our black and brown women still continue to die on their hospital beds.
Half an hour and then I gotta go.
What are they doing for them? Not only is this a $1.8 billion project, but they had to get a $300 million federal bailout because of COVID put them over budget.
Jesus.
Why did they get a $300 million federal bailout when we're out here fighting for cities like Skyway to get a fucking cultural center at all?
Facts.
To get a grocery store at all?
Facts. Skyway has no grocery store at all.
Why are we spending $300 million to bail out a Washington State Convention Center when there is 40% of the black and brown community are living on the streets right now?
Facts.
During a global pandemic, during a global warming crisis, why do we have this building going up and the city is spending more money on this project than they have in the history of any other project like this? More than the Pikelands Market,
Jesus.
more than their last.
Wow.
You're a dumb bitch too. They are. If you would like to look at their website, they will flop themselves. They will flop themselves because they have 10% minority.
Talk to a
working
woman
here.
like that.
They
What a
pride
piece of
themselves
shit
on
you
having
are.
25% business contracted to black and brown businesses contracted to
People
build
don't like
this.
hearing the truth.
But they don't promise what's going to be in this building after. And we demand that some of this space be used for black and brown people to have space to create, to be excellent, to build their minds. We demand space. Otherwise, what are we going to do?
Shut it
What
down!
are we going to do?
Shut it
What
down!
are we going to do?
Shut it down!
What are we going to do?
Shut it down!
Union workers, we love it. Cool. The union needs to be comprised of even more black people, even more indigenous people. And they need to emphasize that the benefits need to be better for them. Reper-fucking-ration.
Yeah.
There's no reason why we should be paying for healthcare at all in the union as a black or brown person. We don't deserve it. Reparations. We're building this shit. We built this country. Reparations. Period.
Yes.
And it needs to be in writing. We're tired of breadcrumbs.
Yes.
Low income housing. There's a bunch of white people. Sorry about it. Sorry. There's a bunch of white people who are low income. If you're going by just pure numbers, there's more white people. But there are disproportionately high rates of black people. But if just numbers, So who's gonna have access? Who's gonna be first in line?
Bye, Danny.
Who's gonna be 96% of the line? White people. Not black or brown people. Sorry, I don't
I'm
understand.
sorry, did I spill on you? Oh shit, I'm sorry.
No, my hand. I just can't feel my hand. It's getting cold as shit.
Oh,
Should have brought out gloves.
I wish I had gloves. Let him fall.
Okay. So for all you guys up here, man, you guys think you guys are the only ones who work hard, huh? You guys think you guys are the only ones who work hard? You guys think you guys are the only ones who work for a living? Everybody down here, almost everybody down here has a job. Some of us even down here own a business. Make way more money than you guys. And we're still out here fighting for the peace and justice. And you guys work so hard. You guys should be mad that your tax dollars are going to stupid shit. It's going to stupid shit. You should be mad that your tax dollars is paying for qualified immunity. You should be mad that your tax dollars are not going to the things that you wanted to go to. That is going to things that you're not even, that you have no power,
Failing. How
no
can you
control,
ever realize how
no
embarrassing
decision
it is
within
that
the
you guys, oh, I'm sorry, honey, that you guys come in
So
here
while
and
you're up
continue
here
to
talking shit,
be
you have all
negative.
the
Like,
power while
really?
you're 50 feet away.
Have you not realized how embarrassing you
But you
are?
have even more power when you're in the street fighting with the people.
There's a lot, the contractor, the head contractor on this project is a black-owned company. It's a minority-owned company. Kwame Contractors is an employee-ran, employee-owned, minority-based company. Cool. I love that. They should be contracting every single fucking building in the city. There should be why are we aiming for 25% when we can aim for 100? There are thousands of black people and brown and indigenous and Latinx construction workers who need jobs. There are thousands of them who have been out of work for years, who have been systemically and institutionally pushed out of opportunities for years. Why are we aiming for 25% anymore? No. 100%. Get a project, City of Seattle, that you are going to employ 100% minority workers, 100% contractors, 100% at least. It should not be 75% pool white-owned businesses, white cis men-owned businesses at that. It should go flip that around, 75% black and minority-owned, 25%. There's no reason to be aiming low when we can aim high. And that's what we're here to do. We are going to demand it every fucking day. We will figure out how to get in the way and disrupt this contract and disrupt the construction of this every day because nobody asked for this except for Jenny Durkin. Jenny Durkin and her capitalistic minions asked for this. When she got voted in, she promised justice for Charlene Lyles' family. Not happened. Not at all. She promised justice for
She's a liar.
family. Not happened.
She's a
But
liar.
what did she deliver on?
This.
She delivered on adding more police officers. She delivered on denying black and brown people their rights. She delivered on all of that. But she did not deliver on the actual promises that she promised for our community. No, we're tired of it. She also, last year, spent $1.3 billion on shelters and sanitized stations last year, but we haven't seen any of those because the city didn't move fast enough on it. They didn't move fast enough on it. They looked into it, but they did not get their hands on any. So then we get into a global pandemic where we have no sanitation shelters, and now we're spending $35,000 a month on honey buckets. On 6 honey bucket stations, we're spending $35,000 a month on it. $1.8 billion on this. We're wasting money. that $1.3 million that we already spent on sanitizing, mobile sanitation centers. Where is it? Where are they? It's late. I encourage you to not take my words on what I'm saying, and I know I went on a tangent, but I really want you guys to do the research and help me talk about these things. Do the research on what's funding these fuckers. Maybe they're not a partner with the Seattle Police Foundation, but they allow conferences for the police foundations to come in here. No. We can't have a place for them here. There's no place for racist police state here at all.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Does anybody have any ideas on how we can disrupt this every day in a different way, not out in the rain?
I love you, Katie. Anybody have any ideas you can help Katie with on how to disrupt this every day without standing out in the rain? Let us know.
If you drive by here at night, there's somebody down there working.
Oh, Jesus.
This is the project that's happening round the clock, and it's coming up rapidly because they're behind on it and over budget. Behind and over budget. Just like everything else in this city is behind
I think John
and
T.
over budget.
Williams was also murdered up here,
Except
wasn't
for the
he?
fucking police.
Where's I know who would know.
Defund SCD.
Coach! Coach! Wasn't John T. Williams murdered around here on the street? I'm dyslexic, I could be wrong.
He's down the block, so. That sign it back there?
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I was backwards. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, we were close.
Yeah. Woo!
We're in an owl.
Huh?
We're in an owl.
Yeah. March in North Seattle. Oh, we're not in North Seattle.
The Japanese built the economy here in Seattle if we want to tell the truth. They need more space and the fucking international district is deteriorating.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
The international district is deteriorating. Meanwhile, we have this nice glass building going on. The CD is deteriorating.
Scoot up if we can.
All the buildings here are owned by black and brown people are deteriorating. Meanwhile, we have high-rises going up. We have more claims than ever in Seattle this year. We have the most claims in the nation. We have the highest number of construction projects and claims in the nation in Seattle right now.
Wow.
Don't take my word for it. Fact check that. But it's true. Period. Okay, I'm done talking now. We can drink.
Thank you, Katie.
I would love to create like a research.
Oh my
I don't know if
God,
anybody's
my
interested.
umbrella.
I
My
would
hand's
love
getting
to
tired from
be
holding it.
talking. You know, I would love for, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
So,
I'm sorry.
like,
It's
if
so
we could
hard
all
with this
just,
umbrella.
you know, like,
Try
what
not to
we
hit
could do,
anybody.
do some good research and figure out the exact construction projects that are costing Seattle the most and how we can disrupt those and how we can just bring awareness and have people emailing and calling. The people who can't get on the streets need to be emailing and calling all of these people and demanding that they have at least 50 black and brown conferences in this building a year. At least. You know what I'm saying? Just stuff like that. The black and brown people do not have to give money to period. What do we want? Reparations. When do we want it?
No.
What do we want?
Reparations.
When do we want it? Say now, 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 now.
Sorry.
Black Lives Matter.
Indigenous lives matter. Sorry, guys.
Black Lives Matter. Indigenous lives.
middle and lower class when you make $400,000 a year. My brother-in-law, as a kid, could not identify a dishwasher in a picture because he had never seen one, because he had maids and had never done a dish.
Damn, that's insane.
So when we think of people like that who have absolutely no concept of what it takes to be independent and to live and take care of your own home, how can they make a decision about what is affordable to those who are making $40,000 a year less? They cannot even fathom what a fucking dishwasher costs, what laundry detergent costs, how much food costs. I don't know who watches Arrested Development, but I think of Lynfield going, "It's one banana, Michael. How much could it cost? $10. And those are the people who think that they know what the impoverished can afford. Like, you have no place making these decisions. Go to your little island where you and only your rich friends can go and stay there and leave us the fuck alone." But they can't, because they wouldn't have any money if we weren't making it for them. I'm gonna say that again, that's really important. They wouldn't have any money, they wouldn't have any wealth if we, the working class, were not amassing it for them. For $12 an hour, $15 an hour, $25 an hour, doing literally all of the work. They can make Please complain about Jeff Bezos when the only reason, like, this is just an example, but Jeff Bezos, the only reason he's rich is because the people who are invested in him. The people, he literally is a public traded company. People own stock. Like, my parents own stuff, and I try to convince them every day to, like, but it's like, it's worth so much. It's worth so much money that people are scared to de-invest. They're afraid. Because it takes more than just my parents. It takes all of everybody who has stock in there to just pull it out. Sell it. Do something. And we might lose a little bit of money, but it's for the common good. It's for the future. It's for the kids we don't even see yet walking around. It's for all of our futures. Because if we keep investing, and it's the consumers as well as us. It's the people who continue to buy during a global pandemic from Amazon. You know, but he was one of the only things available, right? Because all the
Exactly, everything was closed.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy how much he invests in the U.S. government and in the police state? And when there's a pandemic, they're one of the only things open. Isn't it convenient how much money Microsoft invests into the police state? And during a global pandemic, they make trillions more money. Isn't it convenient how much money companies like Alphabet, that owns Google, invest in the police state, and how much money they have made during a global pandemic when everything else is shut down? It goes hand in hand. They are tied together. The government and all of these corporations that fund them, they fund them so they can have a backup plan. They have them so they can have each other's back. And at the detriment and at the brutalization and at the livelihood and death of us. And it's no longer just black and brown people, it's everybody. It's a class of them now. When race wasn't enough to separate us, they created classes. They created regressive tax and progressive tax systems so that they could tax our sales tax and property tax and not income tax of the rich corporations. You know what I'm saying? They created this by design. It is all a big web of corruption, of holding up each other up. Isn't it convenient how much crime these rich people can do and get away with it and walk around and just be fine? We have to dig into this, y'all. There's something we are not supposed to uncover, but we need to uncover. There's a reason why we are on these marches going to these places every single day. It is more than just
marching. It is learning and exposing these patterns and these webs, these intricacies that tie it all together. Because we can't just burn down the police precincts. It's not enough. They already have bought new property. They already have their next year's precinct ready to go. They already have it. That precinct that they left, that East precinct, that was so conveniently looking like ours, it was already sold. It's been sold. That property's been sold. It was never going to be ours.
Yeah, hella puddles.
By design. They wanted us to burn it down so they could get an insurance claim.
Yes, and we didn't do it.
So they could get the money off of it. Because they had already sold it, y'all.
That's why they stopped the protest there.
Do not take the bait. Be strategic. Pay attention to where all marches are going.
Yes.
Pay attention to the different ways the streets are set up. The revolution is not now. The revolution we are training for.
Yes. Woo! Fuck yes.
This is the beginning stages.
Yes.
This is the qualifications of the Olympics, and the Olympics is next year, baby. Start your training. Start your studying.
Yes.
This is not this walking endurance. The car driving. Car driving. That's all it is. To protect the people. So get off our fucking cars. The ops. Don't try and run us over and then expect us not to have a car specialist. But
Katie, Jeff Bezos, if you look into it, he's also the invisible financial backbone of ICE.
oh,
So, fuck Jeff Bezos.
we need to
Double. Yes, look it up.
We need to dig. And we need to organize even more and even further. Because who has the power? Who has the power?
We have the power.
Who has the power?
We have the power.
Thank you for showing us today on a fucking rainy ass, drizzly ass, like day on a Wednesday.
I'm sorry, baby. I love you.
Every single day.
I love you.
This is a movement. And if we're going to keep it moving, we have to keep going.
Yes.
You can't stop the revolution.
You can't stop the revolution. You can't stop the revolution. You can't stop the revolution. You can't stop the revolution.
And they are, Black Action Coalition is teaming up with the family and supporting, not teaming up, but supporting the family of Renee Davis on Saturday.
Yes.
And the families of other victims of police brutality right here in Washington State.
Yep.
It's on Saturday, I believe, at, well, let me look at the flyer, but I'll get that information for you ASAP.
Yes.
But one of the people is
It's on my
Davis,
page.
and it's important we know her story because it's
shared
very
it.
similar to that
Yes.
of Serena Lyles.
Yes.
Baby on the way, kids at home,
Yes.
shot in front of her kids. They were in the house for less than a minute, before they shot and killed her. They knew her. She had a history of being a domestic violence victim.
Yes.
They knew her.
Yeah.
They knew what she was going through, what she had been through, what kind of person she was.
Yeah.
They knew.
Yeah.
They knew her family. And then after they murdered her, they tried to cover it up and tried to tell her family that it was a suicide. And the only reason that the family found out that it was not a suicide was because of the babies who were home, who said they came in and killed my mommy. That little baby boy had to see that and had to be the one to take accountability when he had nothing to take accountability for. Those pigs had stuff to take accountability for and still have things to take accountability for to this day.
She also had a gun on her. They said that's why they shot her, but before she slumped over and passed, she said it wasn't loaded.
Exactly.
They didn't even de-escalate. They didn't try to do anything. They just saw her and shot her, plain and simple. That's what happened.
The call that came in told them that she was suicidal.
Yes.
She was suicidal.
That's why she had
The
it.
gun was for herself.
Yeah.
Not for those people that were supposed to come and help her.
Yeah.
They were called to her aid.
Yeah.
They were not called to murder her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They knew her.
Yeah.
Fuck you. SPD, take accountability.
SPD, take accountability.
END, qualified immunity.
END, qualified immunity.
SPD, take accountability.
SPD, take accountability.
END, qualified immunity.
END, qualified immunity.
Who shot Terry Taylor?
Who shot Terry Taylor?
SPD, take accountability.
SPD, take accountability.
The reason I can't who shot Terry Taylor is because Terry Taylor was killed in May of 2020, right before the murder of George Floyd. And it's on video. It's all there, but they have yet to release the identities of the officers who killed them because they justified it as a justified shoot.
Of course, they always do.
It took them 2 months to even say anything about it.
It took them 2 months to even release the body cam videos, and the only reason they did was because the pressure of this movement. They would have never probably released that body cam footage. They're not required to release the body cam footage. You're not required.
Bullshit.
And 85% of the body cam footage isn't even reviewed by the OPA.
Bullshit.
Only 15% is reviewed by the OPA. What's the point of the Office of Police Accountability if you don't even get the police accountable for 85% of the shit that gets recorded on body cam?
That's insane. Fuck that.
What's the point of buying these Motorola body cams when you're not going to use it and you're not even going to turn them on?
Facts. That's stupid.
So,
They get a raise for having it.
what you say? Oh, yes.
They get a raise? Oh, wow, for having one.
50% raise for just having the body cam.
Oh, that's why they have
Put more
one.
money into an institution when they fuck up, you take it away.
Yes.
Period.
Wow.
They get a 2% raise for having body cams
Wow. That's why
that
they
they don't even have to use. For the first few months of this movement, I didn't even know that red circle moved on those body
Yeah,
cams.
me too. I didn't know what that was.
I had no idea.
Yeah, me neither.
Can we consider the fact that they're protecting the identity of known killers?
Yeah.
The same people?
I have to take off at 11:30. Are we almost back to the park?
It's right there.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Protect
Oh, yeah.
known murderers.
Because I'm over this shit.
And then you send those murderers after innocent people
I had my coat in
just
my car.
because
Should
their
have brought
skin
it.
is black.
My
It
hands are
just
just in pain.
makes
It's just my hands.
no sense whatsoever.
Can't even make it
Oh, I have a bunch of them. I don't know why I didn't know. It's like I said, I looked at the get out here and start training out. I was like, Ramsey, whether I'm right. She's like, bitch, what are you talking about? It says rain. So I go on there, sure enough, the San Jose.
Oh my god.
Like my son.
I was looking at the weather for San Jose and thought it was going to be sunny today.
Judges.
Sorry, honey. Sorry, baby.
If there's any attorneys at law who are watching on the live, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at Weird and Wild and WEIRDANDWILDIN, no apostrophe.
For what, Blueberry?
I don't think that it makes sense to coddle judges
Okay.
because if you don't, you're afraid that they will not make decisions on the behalf of the people. I think that's counterintuitive. And I think, I haven't done a ton of research, but I've looked into, most recently, deportation judges, and the bias is really glaring, really quite jarring. And I think that if we came together and put some momentum behind holding judges accountable,
You're welcome,
we might,
Robert.
at the very least,
Sorry,
be able to
guys.
get people thinking about the fact that
hailing and
these
Renton.
judges really
I'm going to
aren't
Renton right
qualified
now.
to be making these decisions on these cases as well.
Mm-hmm.
So again, if you are a practicing attorney at law, hit Morning March up or hit me up. I'd love to speak to you. We gotta start doing some more, like Katie said, we're training, but this is gonna take every lane, every angle. If you work at a university, maybe you can start talking to your team about outreach programs to underfunded schools. This includes not only visitation to talk about collegiate programs, but also tutoring. You have students who are well-to-do, who do have time and resources to go to these neighborhoods and to help these youth. If you're going into a program with the idea that you want to help make the world a better place, you can start now by sharing your resources, your time, your education, your knowledge with youth who don't have access to it. There's no reason not to do that right now.
Yep.
The youth right now is the truth right now.
The youth right now is the truth right now.
The youth right now is the truth right now.
The youth right now is the truth right now.
400 million to students dead.
Give money to the kids instead.
400 million to students dead.
Give money to the kids
I
instead.
want to also think about, like, if we didn't have poverty, how much less crime there would be? Would we even need a judicial system?
Yeah, facts. No, probably not.
Because what are they looking at? Cases of petty theft and robbery? Are you gonna rob somebody
Really
if you
care.
have
Oh,
everything
man.
that you need? And this is something that I think a lot of rich white people don't understand about poverty. People who mug others or who rob others aren't doing so because they're evil. They're doing so because they're hungry. So, if you've never been so hungry that you have considered inconveniencing someone temporarily so that you could eat, reflect on that. And try to imagine, I'm sure I can imagine maybe some of you thinking, well, I've been hungry before and I would never steal from someone. Then you've never been fucking hungry. You have not been hungry. Well, I've been cold before, but I would never break into someone's house. Then you've not been cold. Just reflect on these things, okay? Nobody is out to get you. Everybody deserves food and shelter and warmth and support.
Mm-hmm. And love.
And if you don't believe that that is true, please ask yourself why.
Mm-hmm.
And like pray or something. Fuck the cops!
Yeah, no, it's a promise, the shit. It's bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
We keep on a roller coaster of chanting, but I just find this really good sign. Racism has no place here to be really ironic and really fucked up. And because when the shooting first started, an employee was working at Lynfield wearing a literally article of clothing. I'm not sure what it was. It was a mask, but
My shoes, my socks are soaking wet, you guys.
asked to leave. I'm not sure if it was fire or what, but it was asked to leave, at least. And then, after they get a big fucking hoorah from the community about it, that's the sign they put up. I'm like, no, you already ruined somebody's life over this, and then you want to put up the sign and slap, you know what I'm saying, just kind of rub it in. It's like, racism clearly does have a place there. It had a place there, and it still does. Because the owner of your company is deliberately anti-black too. So it's really just, these corporations like to mock, and like to use the trend, and like to just do things that they don't think we're going to notice. But we're awake now. We know that the American dream isn't true. We know.
You can't put a Band-Aid on a staph infection.
No.
It's gonna ooze
You can't
out.
put a Band-Aid on a fucking bullet, 7 bullet wounds to the back that left you paralyzed.